Simon Ekpa has reacted to the Sabos who wants to sabotage him. His cabinet members, 4 of his cabinet members who wants to sabotage him and send them off to the zoo government. He has reacted and said, "I have my drone watching over you." A good retaliation, a good voice out, and a good speech at the same time. Let's be very, very communicative and convincing that our life lies on the bottom line of what? Securing massive victory. A victory that must be looked at as a way of organizing to more sense on the beneficiary. So, one good turn deserves another. And the glorious call to make sure that we are not underrated, we are not thrown into darkness, into sudden worries. We are kept to understand this whole situation. We must without doubt help ourselves to rely resourcefully on things that truly matter. Now to the saboteurs who want to engage Simon Ekpa and throw him aboard, make him feel as if he doesn't have anything to say. You should listen and listen very attentively. He said he has his drone over there. And when somebody said they have their drone over you, that means they are watching you. And you will join those who will be imprisoned by the Russian forces. The discussion has started and everything is making sense now. Those who said that words does not mean a lot, speech does not mean a lot, they should watch and see and waste no time. Because everything is now in the open, I tried to do before. When it is now, just a few people never You didn't remember that victory has a way of working itself. When you march from this angle and march to that angle, you will find out that we are now entering into that space where everybody must see, learn, and understand the light which we live. Well, I pray that everything will come back into the light and people will truly understand that we mean them well when we say ask for Biafra instead of asking for the goodness of Nigeria. Nigeria was never created by God. It was never God's plan. It has never been in God's agenda. And whatever that is not in God's agenda is removed. This is what you must know. This is what you must know, and know it with your heart. We are running a race that requires a lot to be processed. These children who ask for freedom, these children who want freedom, let freedom be given to them. It's a two-way thing. Give them the freedom they ask for. Give them the freedom they wish for. To whom who understands knows the way out. There is more to the good news that is going to fall into place when we start talking about Biafra. I can tell you that Biafra is breaking up from this very siege that most of you has been thinking that we have been tied for too long. Without disrespecting anybody, I must say it the way I should say it. That we are going to be expending more artifact on the theories of what may be. because every good reason, every mindset, every word, every decision, every victories that has been laid down must be considered the way it should be considered, because there's no room pertaining that. You see, we must take our words very serious and trying to engage ourselves more humanly on what may be. That's just it. We must take ourselves more accurate and continue in the path in every means that we should. So as we are fighting to make sure that we get Biafra, at the same time we must consider a whole lot of stuffs. A whole lot of stuffs that we haven't considered. That's what will even make more sense to each and every one of us. Sometimes when you are doing what you are doing, but one good turn deserves another. Very, very good turn. And that's where the rumbling begins. So as we are riding and watching what's, what is it doing, what Simon Ekpa is doing, we must help ourselves to see the light that wish we preserve. There's no two ways about it. Yes, there's no two ways about it. It has to be the mission that was lost in the beginning. So now that Simon Ekpa is heading to victory, let's join hands in congratulating him and helping him to figure out those facts. And that is where the dream must begin. That very doorstep where each and every one of us must look at ourselves and see how far we have gotten to help each other. Victories must be thrown across.